Hey everyone, Johnnyonoes here, playing some Project Zomboid version 37 with Hydrocraft, and now we're finally going to be able to start building some Hydrocraft related stuff. All of our skills are ready to go. It is early November, November 3rd, and just a little note, with Hydrocraft there is a tremendous amount of crafting. I'm going to do a lot of skipping of gathering resources, but I'll show you exactly what I'll be using to build each and everything, as well as how I use each and everything. But what I'd also like to do is I'd like to alternate between crafting and looting related videos. That way you don't get like 10 episodes of me just crafting all day long. So I'm going to alternate a little bit. But all right, so we did build a little bit of Hydrocraft related stuff. We built a what is it called? An electrical workbench. This is going to help us gain a little bit more electrical skill by processing small electronic parts and then broken electronic parts. It's going to be great. And the next thing are the farming related stuff. Because I have farming 10 now, I can start making these potted plants, which work out really nice, almost a little too nice in my opinion. All you need to do is make some fertilizer using, basically anything in the game that's organic. And you make some fertilizer by throwing the compost into a sack, and then you use the fertilizer against one of these potted plants. In the next couple episodes, I'll probably take all the seeds that I've gotten through the mysterious seed packets and get all of them laid out. Now, there's probably a lot more that I'm missing, but it's going to be kind of cool to be able to just, make some fertilizer and get some onions or get some pumpkins or whatever. So that's going to be really nice, and it's going to be a lot easier than what we did during the stream, which was that. But at least now we've got like almost 1,000 cabbages here ready and waiting to start being made into compost. So that's going to be a nice little system once we get started. All right, so the first thing I want to build is a kiln. Now, a kiln is going to be kind of the launching point for most of the stuff in the early Hydrocraft games. So let's see, it is going to be in the pottery selection here. So really all we need is either 50 gray clay or 50 red clay. Now, I think red clay is used for some of the molds. Let me see. Actually, it looks like gray clay is. Oh, it alternates. Wow, that's nice. See, it alternates. So it really doesn't matter what kind of clay we use. Luckily, we have picked up a good amount of clay in our travels. So let's go to our big stuff section of our shelving library here. Let's see, where is it? Here it is. So let's use red clay just because we have more of it than gray clay currently. So every bag of clay gives you about 20, so I think we need 50, so we gotta open up 2 more. There we go, 60 clay, and I think that's all we need. Yeah, there it is. Just pack some clay together and all of a sudden, huzzah, we got a kiln. There we go. Go ahead and bring this on over and I'll put these put this clay back. I'm gonna have a much nicer system for clay and all the other mining related stuff once we build that, which maybe in this episode. Depends. All right, so let's go ahead and figure out what we're gonna do with this kiln. Now, the kiln uses a tremendous amount of logs, which is why you see here that I've got, 4 pallets of logs here, another stack of 4, as well as this other item you can make with Hydrocraft, which is a log stack. Now, every 5 logs you have, you can stack them together, but if you notice, as soon as you do, the weight goes up tremendously. Even the smallest stack of logs you can't move. So be sure that when you're stacking these together, make sure it's a nice little place that you can get at the logs. So the way I like to place things in Hydrocraft, and it looks a little bit janky, it looks a little bit terrible, but that's okay with me. I care about efficiency more than I like things looking nice, is like I face away from the next object or the first object that I'm starting at, and I just kind of crawl a little bit until I don't see anything on the listing here, and then I drop my next thing. Now yeah, I can't even see the logs at all, but it doesn't matter. I can actually access both of them now. Because they're so close together, you can actually access 3 things. So if I put something right here, which what I'll probably do is grab one of these hand dollies. Now let's do that. I got a couple of them. I think I've got like, how many do I have? How many hand dollies do I have? I have 4? All right, looks like I have 4 more. So we may have to go and loot some more. We do have these pallet trucks too. We got 2 empty ones here. and this one that we're using for our metal storage. Look at that, it's 38 steel pipe. I was purposely looking out for steel pipe because you need so much of it for a lot of things. Most importantly is the water pump. You need a ton of it for that. So we're gonna do the same thing as we did before. Actually, I think the kiln is only 20 weight. So if we really wanted to kind of cheese this a little bit, we could just stand here, drop the dolly inside of it, and now we can see all three things. So I don't actually need to, yeah, it's as if the kiln has its own storage now, which is nice. So that's going to be good. All right, so now that the kiln is up, let's go ahead and use some of these logs. And the most important function of the kiln is the ability to make charcoal, which is what is used to fuel a tremendous amount of things in the early hydrocraft, which is like, you know, like the smelter, almost everything needs it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make some charcoal, and all we need, that reminds me, let me go grab something else real quick. Anytime you're using one of these hydrocraft related, you know, whenever you're burning something, whenever you're lighting something, you're like, oh, I'll just use my lighter, but just be careful. Lighters, I mean, they're plentiful, but you can run out. The best item to use is what's called a magnesium striker, and we picked up quite a few of those in our travels. So let me go ahead and grab one from the shelves. It's good to have a magnesium striker every time you use one of those type of workstations, such as like the smelter, the blast furnace. It looks like we have 4 of them. And these do wear out, but they last for a good amount of time. Very good amount of time. So every time I burn something, the first thing I do is I unfavorite my lighter and just throw it on the ground. That way I'm not using up my lighter, because I desperately need it given the fact that my character's a smoker. If you're not a smoker, great, good for you. You don't have to worry about cigarettes. But for me, it's quite a pain in the butt. So let's go ahead and take these logs here, and we're gonna then click on the kiln, make some charcoal. So as you can see, it uses logs, any lighting related material. So what we'll do is we'll probably throw the magnesium striker in here. We'll probably pick it up when we use it, but I'll show you how it works. Throw it into the dolly, and then we just walk over here, click on this guy, kiln, and make charcoal. Let's make 4 charcoal. All right. So, oh, the cool thing is, look at that. The magnesium striker did not leave my inventory. So anytime I want to use this, I just make sure to drop my lighter and we're good to go. So we got 4 charcoal on the ground. It's going to help us with other stuff that we want to make. But one of the first ways, or one of the first things you'll be making with the kiln are molds. Now, most of the most common molds are, you know, ingot molds and other things. I'll show you exactly what you can make with clay now that we have a kiln up and running. All right, so all of our clay is now in the dolly that's here. So anytime we want to make something with this, we've got everything we need. We got some charcoal, we got some clay. So let's see what we can make. So I'm going to right-click this. And as you can see, there's a lot of stuff we can make now. And they all use charcoal, they all use clay, and they all use some sort of striking material. You can see that. Certain amount of clay. Clay urn. Ooh, a pipe. I need to make a pipe at some point. But what I normally make a lot of are these ingot molds. So let's just make 10 of them, just because we're going to need them eventually. And then once we have them, just throw them in here. Good to go. All right, so the next thing we're going to build is a carpentry bench. Now, the carpentry bench is going to allow us to make the next thing we want to make, which is going to be a ladder for a mine. So let's go ahead and grab... I'm going to not pull from... Yeah, I'll pull from there. So I go to the log stack and I say remove logs from pile. I got to make sure I'm standing right where the log stack is. That's why I put it right in the corner, so it's easy for me to do this, because every time you take logs from this, it kind of shifts a little bit, which drives my OCD up the wall. So to make a carpentry bench, got to go to the carpentry section of the crafting menu, and it looks like all we need are 10 planks, 10 nails, and 2 sturdy sticks. Now, I've got some sturdy sticks over here, but let me go ahead and make all these logs into planks. All right, they're now planks now. So let's see what else. What do we need here? I think I have some nails. I normally have nails in my pocket. Oh, let's go get some nails. That's what I forgot. All right, I have all my nails now, including some sturdy sticks I took from the other side of my base there. And now we can make a carpenter bench. This is going to allow us to make some of the more complicated carpentry items. Go ahead and make it. Uses up lots of planks, 10 nails. And huzzah, we have our carpentry bench. So let me go ahead and place it. Like I said, this looks terrible, but it's functional. I'm gonna go get some food, get some sleep, and I'll be right back. All right, the carpentry bench in itself is a container, about the same amount of space as a crate, which is really nice. It allows you to store all the stuff that you're not necessarily using right now, such as this lumber saw and some sturdy sticks. The next thing I want to build is going to be called a sawbuck. So what I need for that are 10 planks, 6 logs, and 10 nails. All right, let's go collect it all. All right, 6 logs, 10 planks, 10 nails, a hammer and a saw. Let's do it. There we go. We got our sawbuck now. Now, what the sawbuck's going to do for us, it's going to allow us to make a few of the materials that you can make with the carpentry bench. The most important ones being like wood blocks, as well as like wood beams as well. So it looks so messy, my OCD. Now, I joke, but you can actually anchor these things down and they start to fit exactly like, it'll fit exactly like everything else in the game will. It will fit properly. But when you anchor something, it will increase the weight of it by like 10,000, so you'll never be able to move it again. So I tend to leave it like this. Like I said, functionality, not looks. That's how I roll. So, all right, so now that we have our wood, I keep forgetting what the name of this thing is called, sawbuck, we can start working on some other stuff. Now, what I want to build next is a mine. Let's go find that real quick. So it is in the stoneworking section. You need an auger, thick rope, 3 tin pegs, and a wooden ladder. Now, the wooden ladder is the thing that we don't know about. I'm like, what's a wooden ladder? I've never made a wooden ladder in this game before. Wooden ladder. So you can see that it requires 2 wood beams, 6 planks, and a carpentry bench. So let's go ahead and build that. Now, the wood beams are going to be built by using our new sawbuck thing here. I'm going to take 2 logs, head on over to the buck, and you have all sorts of different options for this. You can make like a wood beam. Yeah, you can see that you can either use a saw or you use a lumber saw. Now, if you use a lumber saw, I think you get more yield out of it. So let's go ahead and process these 2 logs here. It also produces a little bit of sawdust, which we'll store inside the carpentry bench. But now we have 4 wood beams. So that's good. Got that. So let's make sure we're still on our ladder. Wooden ladder. So we now have the 2 wood beams. We have a little extra. And all we need now are planks. And I just happen to have 1 plank. Let me go and make some more planks. All right, here are our planks. So we got everything we need now, I think. Let's see what else. What are we missing? Oh, we need to be closer to the carpentry bench. So let me go ahead and grab 6 planks here. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. And the wood beams are actually right next to the carpentry bench, so that's not a problem. I gotta close this to speed up time. Come on. Go faster. Go faster. Right, and now we could, where's our wooden ladder? Oh, gotta be a little closer to the beams. Come on. There we go. There we go. 1 wooden ladder. Beautiful. All right, so we now have our wooden ladder. Well, we don't have it. Here it is. It's 20 weight. Jeez. Thing we have, dog. All right, let's go ahead and check our mine here. What we need for that. Okay, so for the mine, all we need now are some 10 pegs, an auger, and we're good. Let's go ahead and grab an auger from our military vehicle here. We picked up 2 of them, and I know the location of 3 more. So if I wanted to make more mines, such as maybe for cellars, I do plan to make 2 separate mines. One's going to be leveled up all the way to the max on the first stage of it. So I think it's like a mine with a pulley or something like that. And then the second one is going to be completely upgraded all the way up to a dark mine. Well, actually, not completely upgraded. I don't like the steam machine. So I'll upgrade it to, I think, like a dark mine with a pulley or something like that. I think that's what it's called. So what we need now are some 10 pegs. grab those. That's why I've been collecting as many as I can, because I don't know how many I'm going to use later. So there we go. We just need 3 of them. And I think that's it. I think that's all we need to build a mine. Now, the reason why I'm not anchoring these is because I'm not 100% sure where I want everything to go just yet. But we'll get to that point where everything looks nice, or looks nicer. But yeah, I'll have to figure out where I want to put this mine at some point, because there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to want to have around the mine to help me deal with all the junk that you get from a mine. But here we go. We have a mine hole now. Now, mines are pretty funny, just like kind of everything in Hydrocraft, where it doesn't matter where you place this, you'll still be able to do what you want to do with an object that you've made. But what we're going to need for this is a pickaxe, and I think I picked up 2 of them. Let's see. And the peas, and the peas, and the peas. Here we are. Oh, I picked up 1. Good. I think I found a lot, and I was like, I only need 1. I might want to pick up another one when we go out looting. But with the pickaxe, now I can just go ahead and use this. Now, you can use like a shovel, you can use a colander, you can use a, what is it, a mining tool, but for me, the pickaxe is probably the best of all of them, given the fact that the mining tool requires batteries and you're constantly having to recharge it. But what it does is it actually shortens the amount of time it takes you to do 1 action of mining. So let's see how long it takes to do 1 action. Yeah, look how long that takes, and that's just 1 action. So from what I understand, in single player it's not a big deal. You just speed up time and you can do a whole bunch of it. But looks like we got some dirt and some gray clay from that. But let's go ahead and move this mine somewhere, at least for the time being. I don't know exactly where I want to put it in my line of industry here, but I'll probably just shove it right on the side here for now. Yeah, I don't like the clipping, but what can you do? Like, if I were to anchor this, it would move out and look nicer, but yeah, what can you do? So to upgrade this mine to the next level that I want to upgrade it to is we're going to need to get some thick rope, which is easy. We need a wooden bucket. We also need a punching bag stand, 2 of them. We also have a welding torch and gas tank. Let's go ahead and construct one of those. I'm probably going to have a special box just for that, because we're going to have to do a lot of welding as we proceed. So let's see. Let's see. I just need a welding torch. W. Uh-oh. What is it called? Now I have one in my pocket. Propane torch. Jeez, what's with me and not knowing propane? There we go. We got plenty of them. I'm going to keep 1 in my inventory for when I need to dismantle stuff. But for this one, we're going to go ahead and construct the whole thing, which is used for welding stuff together, which you need a welding hose and a welding gas tank. Now, be really careful with this, because there's no way to refill this welding gas tank. From what I can see from the different... Oh, it took my propane tank that was in my bag. That was weird. Thanks. So now I have a welding torch and gas tank. So that's going to allow us to weld stuff together and make some stuff like the punching bag thing that we're talking about. So given the fact that we don't have any pipes, or I haven't been really collecting any of the metal pieces that you get from dismantling metal stuff. Like, we just got like a 1 metal sheet and 2 scrap metal. I've been very particular about picking up welding rods as well as steel pipes. So we have plenty of those. We don't have to make those from scratch, which is a pain in the butt. So that's nice. So the other thing that we need to focus on working on too is the ability to make mortar. Now, mortar is a little bit tough, and you're starting to see how all these little pieces start to mix together a bit. But to make mortar, you're going to need limestone and lard. Now, limestone we can get from our mine now, but lard is picked up by slaughtering animals, whether they be herding animals or hunted animals. We're going to need some animals to produce lard from. So what we're going to have to do next is we're going to have to do a little bit of foraging, and we're going to have to, start acting as a rancher. It's like we're playing Stardew Valley or what's it, Harvest Moon. Gonna have our little farm of cows and sheep and all sorts of fun stuff. Now, what I really am hoping to find, let me go ahead and bring my herding dog. I think it's like a Burmese mountain dog, I think it is called. I call them Nerf herders, so I don't remember exactly what his original name was. But there's Nerf Herder. So we're going to go out and do some foraging. We're going to collect as much poop as we can. We're going to do some poop collection. Yay. Good thing is, I cleared a tremendous amount of the forest around here. So it's actually really nice to be able to do some foraging. So we're going to do foraging and we're going to do animals only. Now this is going to give us poop. It's going to give us insects. It's going to give us quite a few things that we're going to need to survive here. So on this first run through, it looks like we got absolutely nothing. So I'm going to just collect. I'm going to keep foraging till the end of the night, and we'll see what we end up with. All right, so I was a little bit optimistic when I said, I'll just go ahead and collect poop for the night. Apparently it takes days to get the amount of poop that I was looking for. The other thing I noticed that when I was foraging, I wasn't finding any poop at all. Now, I don't know if that's because of the fact that it could be considered winter now. So I guess for the next 4 months, we're going to have some problems getting poop. But luckily, there is a Mammal Field guide which allows you to collect dung. And it just gives you an array of poop that it could possibly get. So we've got a pretty good amount of poop here now. We got 10 dog poop, 47 deer poop. Jeez. I guess I'm just going to go hunt for deer for food for a little while. But what I was aiming for was 10 feral pig poop. Now let's go ahead and grab our piggy poop poop. And I'm also going to grab our 10 ropes. I think I have 10 over here. Let me see how many I got. Let's see how many I got. I got 15. Nice. Just grab 15. So then I got to make sure that Nerf Herder is in my main inventory. And I have binoculars as well. So now I have the ability to track lost pigs. Now, what my aim is for here is I need to get a male and a female pig. I just one of each. If I get one of each, I'm done. But if not, then we got to go collect some more poop. So let's go ahead and track some lost pigs. Aha! We got a male. Excellent. That took 3 poop. So we failed on the first 2 attempts, but we got a male pig on the 3rd. Keep going. We got 2 male pigs. And that was it. We got 2 male pigs from 10 poop. So what we're going to do then is, hi piggies, how are you? Let's see, who gets to live? Eeny, meeny. Let's get Lucille out. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, get your diary. Blah, blah, blah. Let's look at this guy. Time to get Lucille out. Let's see. Okay, I'll keep him right here. Why am I so heavy? Binoculars back in there. And then we're gonna go grab our butcher knife, our meat cleaver. So we failed, so I gotta go collect some more poop. So I'm gonna go do that after putting this poor guy out of his misery. You're lucky you get to survive. Let's get a dead pig. Gotta skin him. That will give us pig rawhide, which we'll be able to make into leather at some point. We'll be doing very soon here. Gotta butcher the carcass. That gives us some intestines that we can use for making sausages, as well as 2 fresh ham, and I think we get some pork chops too. There we go. And then we got to harvest the bones from the skeleton too, so we got a bunch of bone. Now, as you can see, in most of the Hydrocraft stuff, you're going to get an array of different objects. Now, I know that's a sticking point to a lot of people who are like, oh, I don't want to deal with all the items. But as long as you process the items and you have an industry path for each one of the items that you're picking up, it is actually not too bad. So we now have 12 lard, which is going to give us, I think, 12 mortar. I think we get a little more than that, but that's okay. And we get a little bit of food for the rest of the week here. I'm going to go ahead and cook this stuff up, and then we're going to go look for some more poop. And I think we're going to have to make some more ropes, too. So I'm going to try to aim for 5 pig poop. And then Nerf Herder and I will try to find some more piggies to, or like we really want to get a female pig. That way we don't have to keep doing this and we can just breed them instead. Pork chops. Delicious. Now that we're done eating pig, let's go and find some more pig poop. So I'm going to add a second mammal field guide to my list of stuff that we need to loot in the next episode. Because with all Hydrocraft related stuff like this, if you have 2 of them, it will continuously keep going. I got some sheep poop, but I'm gonna go do this. I'll see you guys when I have it. I think I'm gonna aim for 5. I'm gonna have like 100 deer poop, I think, by the end of it. But I can get some sleep, and then in the morning we'll go and hunt for some piglets. Alright, I can't collect poop no more, please. Can I please get a female pig, please, game? Alright, let's see if we can, we have enough rope over here. I think I've got some, but, if not, I'm gonna have to, pull from our stash. Yeah, let's pull from the stash here. Alright. So we got 9 pig poop. Now, apparently pig poop is super rare compared to everything else, along with, I guess, donkeys. So you can see kind of correlation here. So bear poop got 23, boar poop got 12, dog poop got 22, got 60 cow poop, but donkey, we only got 6. But then altogether we got 19 pig poop. So it looks like donkeys are the most rare, with horses and goats, and I guess boar being kind of the second place from the last, where sheep and cows and bears are actually pretty common. I don't know if it's just my RNG luck or what, but let's see if we can get, please, RNG, please, give me a female pig, please. Oh, first try, yes. Oh, yes, thank God. All right, so let's put this pig here real quick. Oh, thank God. Let's see, let's put all this feral pig poop away. Now, I read somewhere that if you just feed the pig, and you'll get pig poop, and you'll be able to search pigs from that. But unfortunately, that's not the case. You actually have to have feral pig poop to find a pig. You can hunt for pigs, but you get like a corpse of a pig rather than an actual pig. All right, let me go ahead and throw these ropes back, because I need them for my for when I'm hauling logs around. All right, so now that these guys are alive and in our custody, let's go ahead and let's get some loving going on over here, because so that way we can breed some pigs. So I think to breed pigs, all you need to do is give them some food. So we have a pretty good amount of straw in here, and it's actually the reason why I am not trying to ranch for a bunch of other animals, because after 14 days, these guys will drop dead if they're not being fed. Let me get one more straw, because I want to feed both of them, because we're gonna go out looting next time. All right, so let's see. That's all we have to do. Breed pigs. All right, breed pigs. Oh, that's marvelous sound. Marvelous sound. All right, cool. So, oh, I guess the pigs went into our inventory. They're now tired. Okay, and we have 3 little baby pigs. Hi, baby pigs. Bring them all out. Hey, little guys. You don't realize what's going to happen to you guys. It's really unfortunate that we didn't get a female, but doesn't matter to us as long as these guys grow up. But, oh, you're so cute. You're going to be dinner for us for a long, long while. All right, so now that we have pig production in place, every time these guys grow up, we're going to slaughter them for their lard, which is a component in mortar. Let me go ahead and pull it up for you guys so you can see it. So for mortar, all you need is gray clay, limestone, and lard. So lard is the component that we're trying to get here. Limestone we can get from the mine. So mortar is going to be used for a lot of things, including this grindstone here that we're going to have to make, as well as like a well and many, many, many other stoneworking or masonry related activities. But I think that is a good place to stop for today. I must have spent an hour and 20 minutes doing this. You can see that it's now like November 12th. We started on November 3rd, so we did 9 days of collecting poop. And that first night was hilarious. I'm like, yeah, let's just spend the night collecting some poop, and we'll have plenty in the morning. But no, it was 9 days. It's almost 10 days of collecting poop. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, in the next episode, we'll go ahead and do some looting. We've got another book that we need to get, the Mammal Field Guide. We need to get 2 of those. And then what we're going to do is we're going to scrounge for metal. And there's something else that I need to pick up too, which is a beehive hat. So I don't want to make that from scratch, so I'm going to go search for it. So that's it for this crafting episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned some stuff from it. But yeah, this is Johnnyonoes playing some Project Zomboid version 37 with Hydrocraft. Thanks so much for watching, folks. If you have any questions about Project Zomboid or any of the other games that I support, please go ahead and leave your comments, or yeah, questions in the comments section below. All right, folks, see you around.